What is happening? What is happening here? We're having some technical difficulties. Welcome to Ecomm Cowboy. This is DTC's daily show where we believe ads are not bad. They're good. Ignorance is expensive and the American dream is alive and well on the internet today. It is Tuesday, July 14th, 2026 in the year of our Lord. We're coming to you live and in living color from a beautiful yet undisclosed hidden location in the Austin, Texas hills. We're brought to you by Slash, Proxima, Universal Ads, Tide, Trend Track, Rich Panel, Intelligence, Northbeam, Zaguno, Postscript, Rocked After Sell, Sati, and we got a jam-packed show for you today. Turns out there is a couple, an innovative couple, we'll say, who carried out a $150 million fraud on the United States Postal Service over the past few years. They have shipped many an e-commerce package over the years, and they have quite a real estate portfolio. As a result, we are going to talk about it. Roman Con and Quince Logistics are doing incredible things, shipping from somewhere in the middle of China to anywhere in the United States, and it only taking 4 calendar days. Levi's DTC, surprisingly to me, up 19%, did $793 million in Q2. What in the Gen Z is going on here? And then Quit with Jones. I'm particularly interested in asking TJ Bongiorno about this. Quit with Jones, 100,000 plus community strong, people quitting nicotine, new product, new app, all of the things to go with it. We're going to be joined by Soheil Ghili, Associate Professor of Marketing at Yale School of Management, going to be with us to talk about pricing and what they teach their MBAs, as well as Maximilian Brielle, co-founder, CMO of Central Coast Live Food, scaling kraut crackers to the moon. As always, I'm joined by my partner in crime, Colin Dougherty. Colin, get in here. You know, I would say some interesting technical challenges to get the show off the ground here at the beginning, particularly over the past few days.
Totally.
But we cannot be stopped. We cannot be stopped, and we are joined this fine Tuesday morning by Yale doctoral candidate. The one and only TJ Bongiorno of the Outgoing Company. TJ, get inside of this show. Where are you, TJ? I can't see you. I don't. Where is he? There he is. Finally.
Let's go. Wow.
Thank you for the stolen valor. Thank you for the stolen valor. How do you get it?
Stolen valor.
Stolen valor's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, there was one time in my life I was wearing a Harvard cap and people gave me a little stolen valor, so I just figured I would throw it your way.
Oh, yeah. The fact that if anyone believed that I am a Yale doctoral candidate, that would be the real.
I would believe it. I would believe it, TJ. And I think I have heard that coming up this Friday, you and the one and only Josh Suggs going to be doing a little pop-in at Pop-Up Grocer, filming a little content, something like this. Is that right, TJ?
Yeah, Josh and I have a real big history. I sent him a PayPal when he still was a college student.
Wow.
Student interviews for me. So him and I, although of different generations, millennial to Gen Z, we're kindred spirits. We love each other. We're good friends. So it'll be a cool moment for us to kind of be like, look where we are now.
Kindred spirits. And I would say the only thing that would make that cooler to me is if I was there, Colin was there, and then we rolled out to the Billions mansion afterward in the Hamptons, which is on Long Island. Who knew? Okay, just figured that out. It is on Long Island as well as Montauk. Anyway, all of the things. Gentlemen, very interesting developments on the timeline this morning. The most interesting of which is this innovative, groundbreaking couple who has found a way to make $150 million for themselves via the U.S. government and did not do so legally, but an interesting story to say the least. They have sent many an Ecomm DTC package over the years. San Gabriel Valley woman pleads guilty to counterfeit postage fraud, caused more than $150 million in losses to USPS over the past many years. Let me just give you some details here to impress you with what is going on. Lewan Angela Chin, 51, of Walnut, I have been there, I know where this is in Southern California, pleaded guilty to one count of conspiracy to defraud the United States and one count of use of counterfeit postage, although many packages were sent, apparently only one count. This defendant is participated in a fraud scheme that caused massive losses to our nation's postal service. To avoid the cost of postage, Who began creating false and counterfeit postage to ship packages by printing duplicate and counterfeit net stamps that may be purchased online from third-party vendors, printed onto adhesive paper. And they began affixing that to counterfeit postage, to mail, representing USPS for delivery, dropping it off. This was done by her husband and herself. This accounted to about 34 million parcels, okay, from January 2020 to 2023. So just a few packages, 34 million parcels, okay. And over that amount of time, they have acquired a few real estate properties in Walnut, in Chino Hills, in South El Monte, in Diamond Bar, in West Covina, all in the same kind of area there in Southern California. The interesting thing here, only going to face a sentence of like 5 years. I mean, it is federal prison, but only 5 years. The husband is believed to be a fugitive, now residing in China, outside of the country, has fled. He also has one count of conspiracy to defraud, 3 counts of passing and possessing counterfeit obligations to the United States, 1 count of forging and counterfeiting postage stamps. I will say, in terms of black hat ecom, an innovative approach, one might say. But this is finally going and has been sentenced, and now apparently they're still on the hunt for the husband. Thoughts on this, Colin Dougherty?
I mean, this is absolutely unbelievable. What's wild to me is, like, for most fraud things, if you applied the same amount of effort to taking out and committing this fraud to a legitimate business, you would probably just end up having a legitimate business. And so I'm always fascinated with this, that people just put so much effort and thought into fraud when you could just actually build a real business on the back end of it. Super wild. This is not the first time that there's been fraud within our industry, and surely will not be the last. But kind of crazy that the husband is in China, and I don't even know how you extradite him, or if there's some sort of mandated order. But I don't know. I don't think he's leaving that country at all.
I don't think so. I don't think he's leaving. I think wifey's here to stay, and he's flown the coop, methinks. TJ, your thoughts on this?
That's as crazy as the crime. Like, just leave and clean this up, brother. What? You're Bonnie and Clyde, and then you're like, all right, Bon, see you never.
See ya.
That's crazy. Also, is there anything about the all the assets being seized by the Postal Service?
Oh, yeah.
Has to.
Yeah. All the assets.
If not, it's like, oh, you pay 5 years for $150 million. Like that.
Yeah. All the assets are getting seized. All the assets are getting seized. As part of her plea agreement, Chin has agreed to forfeit funds that law enforcement seized from her bank accounts, insurance policies, and real estate. I mean, just let's just say it's one property in each one of these places. Walnut, Chino Hills, South El Monte, Diamond Bar, West Covina. I mean, you're looking at probably 6 at the very bottom tier, like $1 million houses. Okay.
Crazy.
Probably significantly more than that. And my guess here that they haven't hit on is, this is like a China-based logistics company that's here in the United States and doing work. Like, the bigger question is, like, who are they working on behalf of, or who were their partners? Like, that's not discussed here. Like, I don't know if this was Sheen. I don't know who they were working with. But it's crazy, like, how this has played out, and like the magnitude of dollars. I mean, 34 million parcels over a 3-year period. That's like 10 million packages per year. Like, that's a crazy amount of volume to me. who has never
Yeah.
owned a 3PL.
Yeah.
Like that's a crazy amount of volume. I mean, how many packages do 3PL ship out? I mean, does anybody know?
That just seems like a very big operation, no matter what.
It seems like a big operation.
Okay, let's I'm just gonna do some back of the napkin math from what I understand about a 3PL I used to use. Like I think they had like just under 100 clients, right? And like let's say that the average, because you take the big and the small, is like what, 5,000? Like even that's nowhere close.
Look, that's like 20. I mean, so 10 million divided by 365, it's like 20. It's just under 28,000 packages per day. I mean, that's
terrible.
like a lot. That's like a lot
Terrible.
of volume. And you know, I mean, you gotta wonder. There has to be like some huge clients on the other side of this, you know.
But also, who didn't catch this? Who didn't catch that volume for this long? That's crazy.
People get paid off. People get paid off.
You're right.
Yeah. I also think there's an interesting piece of this too, where like, yeah, those are the 7 homes that we know of. Like if you had some shell company LLCs that decided to purchase some assets, like those aren't tied directly to these people. And so you could kind of just like skate by and hold on to those. I mean, as long as you maybe bury them through a bunch of different, you know, wormholes inside of that. It's probably a mess, but you could do it.
Yeah,
not saying to do that.
It's crazy, like the whole de minimis thing. I guess that just like wasn't enough, you know. We got to find a way to just glean a few more dollars from the USPS on each one of these 34 million packages.
That's
Golly.
crazy. So
crazy.
I'm not going to name the brand, but some friends that I know that run a brand, they dealt with a lot of counterfeits for a while.
Yeah,
on different platforms. And just getting an inside view of the whack-a-mole game that happens with like China-based companies, like, dude, they have like 60 LLCs, and then they're just like they're doing the same thing the next day. Like you whack it, and then there's just like 2 more.
Yeah,
there's not really anything you can really do.
Like
saying about like you can't extradite. There's not much you can do, so it's very interesting, and I wonder what we're gonna do about it.
Yeah, well, same thing with me. I have a friend who runs a very legacy, personal equipment, gym equipment brand in the space, and he gets Chinese knockoffs all the time. And the person who wins in this is the brand's lawyer, because that guy just rocket fuels lawsuits and cease and desist over there, and then they just have to pay him. And it's like that's who wins at the end of the day.
Can I give someone a free plug before we move on?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Oliver Brucato taps.
Yeah, bust him.
Oliver.
Bust him.
He solves this, and well, so if you have a problem, he's
and also like somebody needs to build a better shipping company. Like, how did the government like not catch this over 3 years? $150 million, 34 million packages. That's like kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, but
yeah.
Anyway, maybe somebody can sell some AI fraudulent catching software to the government in Southern California specifically. Moving forward to our stories of the day, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the one and only Sati. Your affiliate program has been running for a while, and it's fine. It looks fine on paper. Commissions going out, sales coming in. It's okay, but you got a nagging feeling deep down inside. There's more going on under the hood, and you can't appropriately present that in a board meeting to your boss. The reason is that all affiliates, every program, it's based on last commission. That's where the entirety of the logic starts and stops, and it oversimplifies affiliates as a channel, makes it look a lot less powerful than it really is. Sati is the first affiliate platform built on multi-touch attribution, cookieless Shopify native services who introduced the customer, who nurtured them, who closed the sale. So you're no longer looking at a flat list of commissions. You have a map of how your affiliate channel moves people through a buying decision. Go to mysati.io/champion/ecom-cowboy. Get 20% off your plan, full migration support, onboarding setup, and monthly strategic calls with the Sati team. Go and talk with them. Many thanks for Sati being part of the show. Now, speaking of shipping, I don't know if you guys saw this, but Roman Khan, who I've never been totally clear on like what Roman does, other than I think he's got his hand in like all of the good, like successful e-com brands. That's like been my gist of what I know of what he does. He's over in Hong Kong. Well, anyway, as of late, bring up these tweets, producer Jack. He has started working with, he's like a partner over at, or an advisor at Quince Logistics, I believe is what this is called. And this is his first tweet here from April 9th. Drop shipping revolution incoming. Just took an advisory role at a company that ships parcels from HK China to a consumer in less than 4 calendar days. Need at least 500 orders per day. DM me. Okay, now the second one, little update here. I think he's like 30 days in here. 30-day update on Quince Logistics, which I was getting confused with like Quince, like the brand Quince. Yeah. I don't think they're the same, but maybe they are. I don't know. 20 million plus ARR already. Pretty strong product market fit. Okay. 30 days in. Pretty good. 20 million ARR. Okay. Next. I think this is 90 days. Is this right? No, 65 day. Our first client shipping 1,000 orders per day from China to U.S. customers, 50% delivered in 4.5 calendar days, 90% within 6 days, averaging 14 days with Yun Express before. Pricing is the same, if not better. Like kind of crazy. Okay. And then on top of this, let's just watch a little bit of this video. This is a 162-day update. It's just under a minute long. Let's play this, producer Jack, because I find this wild. Give us sound on. If you
Quince is this e-commerce company, DTC, that is doing billions of dollars in revenue per year. They built out this incredible capability to drop ship products from China and India to the end customer in the US within 4 calendar days, including Sunday.
I'm curious, how is that happening?
They built a vertically integrated operation stack where they own capacity on planes dedicated to them. Multiple places in the country. They have their own customs brokers technology that's able to clear the parcels before they even enter the plane. And then they have such deep volumes and integrations with the last mile providers like USPS, UPS, FedEx, etc., that the parcels can be picked up on the tarmac. I started tweeting about it and we went from 0 to $160 million of ARR in less than a month. It's insane.
Okay. All right. Colin, is this Quince? Is this like Quince?
I think it is.
I mean,
I think
sounds
it is
like it's Quince. I mean, your thoughts on this?
I mean, this is unbelievable. The drop shipping is alive and well in 2026. I think there's just, I think still there's volume limitations and not limitations, but there's volume limits that you have to hit first before they're willing to have you be a brand. I'm actually on
500 per day
right now.
I think it's 500 orders per day, which is I mean it's a fair amount.
It's a fair amount. I mean, yeah, I'm going through here. It's really interesting. I would love TJ's take on it because he's in the thick of it right now.
Have you heard of Quince, TJ? You know of like Quince, the kind of Target-ish thing?
Of course, just from like being on X and whatever.
Yeah.
Of course. I'm very torn on this because like I will sometimes talk ish on drop shippers here and there, just throw a little shade, but at the same time, like who am I to judge? If there are products that don't need a brand on them that people want and will buy, then this is way better than you buy some, I'm sure we've all experienced this, like you buy like a custom printed canvas or something from an ad and it takes like 4 weeks to get to you. This is a way better option if that's available and it's going to be purchased anyway. It's definitely a crazy innovation and an amazing business. We can talk about how we wish the way things are all day, but at the end of the day, we have to play the game that's in front of us, and this is the game that's in front of us, so why not win it?
Well, I mean, part of me wonders if it's drop shipping in the usual sense that we think about, where, it's kind of like taking a pretty low quality product. I mean, Quince is high quality stuff. They're like shipping Mongolian cashmere. That's like the product emblazoned on the front of my mind. And to be able to get it here, like from the middle of China in 4 days is wild. I didn't even think that was possible, number one. Number two, if I can have it made in Shenzhen or wherever it's being made, and then just go store it at QLS and ship it here one by one whenever people order it for me. Like at the end of the day, like maybe there's more room on the P&L now that tariffs have been taken away, etc. Like maybe there's like more room over there for everybody at the end of the day. I find this fascinating because it sounds like the timing like actually works. If I can order something and receive it in less than a week, I mean, it feels like it's coming from America to me, even if it's being shipped from the middle of China. Like I just did not know that anybody could actually do this. Drop shipping's always been like relegated to like you order it and then it gets there like 4 weeks later and you never get the customer back. It sounds like the behemoth of Quince has worked it out and now they're opening the door for everybody else, is what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, it's a crazy problem to solve. Oh, sorry, Colin.
I was going to say, this is another massive feather in the cap of Quince. Like, they're already a behemoth of a company just in the actual direct-to-consumer aspect. Like, Stat as a standalone business, they've really crushed that the last couple of years. The economics on that are insane. For them to be like, like, we're crushing that. We're going to stand up a whole separate business, basically, that's going to be categorically adjacent. And we're also going to crush that and basically do 100 million ARR in like the first couple months of like running this up. Like, who is that team? I still don't know who the team is. Like I feel like I'm in the community. Whoever they have over there, they're cracked out little gremlins that are just running around, juiced out to the dome off of like 12 Adderall XR. And they're like, yeah, let me spin up this thing. I'm going to spin up this one next. They're cooking. They're cooking.
Yeah. It seems like they have like what Google tries to do actually, where they're just letting people just like innovate within, right?
Yeah.
And just do all kinds of stuff like this and be entrepreneurial. It's crazy. The other thing a question I have, and maybe I missed this in the clip, and if I did, just make fun of me. There's a disconnect for me of like, if you're drop shipping, how is the inventory getting to them though? Are they supplying it as well? Like, can you go and sell their direct inventory, or is it just because given the location, it's near all the manufacturers anyway, so then they can, it's just like one quick shipment and then the shipment out?
I think it's the latter. I think it's
the latter.
Yeah,
that's my guess as well.
You're getting your stuff made over there in China. And they're just saying, instead of like shipping it by plane or by boat over to the US, storing it in your 3PL, and then them fulfilling it, just send it over here to us, and we'll keep it here in China.
Crazy.
Keep it for you at a cheaper rate. And then when people order, we'll send them one at a time, and it'll get there in 4 days. That's bananas.
That's like, I mean, this is like devastating also to US 3PLs if this is actually the case.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it could be. It could be.
Yeah.
I mean, 500 orders per day. Like, how many orders?
Math,
I guess
public math.
Yeah, public math is something that I tried to avoid. But you need to be 500 orders per day, which means you're looking at 15,000 orders per month. Okay. Let's say your average order value was $45. Then you need to be doing more than $500,000 per month.
Okay.
Essentially, which, there's a lot of people that fit that category.
But also those people are going to see insane cost savings.
One would think.
Yeah, that's pretty bananas. Like, at that level already, it's really interesting. It's really, really interesting.
Roman Khan, I think we need to have him on here to talk about this more.
Yeah.
Because I find it amazing. And who knows? Maybe they'll be making yaps in the middle of China, shipping it to people direct.
We went from there to the USA, and we're staying in the USA.
All right, let's go, baby. Let's go. Run the Eagle, baby. Okay. Next on our lineup, I like. Are you guys aware that Levi's is like absolutely crushing right now? They are, to me, like a super old brand that I wouldn't even think to buy them. I wouldn't even think to order them. I especially wouldn't think to shop them online. I might look at them if I just happened to be in a mall by mistake and looked at a pair of Levi's. Apparently, they are absolutely crushing. Bring up this article, producer Jack. This comes to us by way of Digital Commerce 360. Okay, Levi's e-com sales jumped 19% in Q2, and they hit about 750 some odd million bucks in Q2, all on D2C. Okay, a few more details here. For the quarter ended May 31, Levi reported net revenue of 1.56 bill, up 8% year over year. Online revenue, which is part of Levi Strauss D2C channel, grew even faster, rising 19% over the same time. They're number 148 in the top 2,000 database. I didn't even know that the top 2,000 database existed. But essentially, here's a quote. Here's a quote here from GASS, GASS, on their company's earnings release. Our evolution into a D2C first, Levi Strauss, D2C first denim lifestyle company with a much larger addressable market is translating to faster growth and higher profitability. Did anybody know that Levi's is a D2C first denim lifestyle company? I had no clue. I had no clue. And apparently a big part of this is they're going beyond denim jeans. They want to be a head to toe denim lifestyle company. And they have started rolling out not just their average, like usual jeans, but they have this new like corner of their merchandise called Blue Tab. Companies leaning into premium denim through Blue Tab. It's top tier line. Although still relatively small, Blue Tab grew 40% in Q1 and again in Q2. Blue Tab jeans sell range from like $200 to $350 a pop. Over time, GASS estimated that line could become a $100 to $200 million plus business in and of itself. I find this fascinating. I mean, TJ, have you been aware of the Levi's revival here? D2C first, denim head to toe. What do you think of this?
Well, I have to laugh. I was laughing at the article. It was like, the growth is due to more traffic, better conversion. No way. Sick. Love that for you. I'm trying to do the same thing. But yeah, this is interesting. I think what's more interesting to me is, especially like CPG, everyone talks about retail, and then you expand out like e-commerce, and everyone online like talks about like getting into retail and whatnot. And then you see like a huge legacy brand going, yeah, we're going D2C.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. I wonder if it's telling.
It's weird. I mean, to me, it's weird to see them grow so fast. I just think of them like still relegated to the 90s for me. They're like mom jeans from the 90s when I think of Levi's. Colin, any thoughts on this?
This is just showing how much opportunity there is for legacy players that have been operating old, clunky legacy heritage brands to actually get somebody that is cracked inside of there to build out a functional e-commerce experience and build it e-commerce heavy. Like basically put the Marsmen team into XYZ brand. You could pick anything. Banana Republic, XYZ. You could go down the line and be like, which of these feel tired? Which of these feel really kind of jaded? And then throw a team in there that's absolutely cracked to the gills. There's a lot of margin still to be had within all of these brands. They're just not operating correctly online yet.
Isn't this kind of what, on a smaller scale, what Ryan Reynolds does? Where he just has like a cracked marketing team and whatnot, and all the things that he buys, like basically what they do with Wrexham and Cricket Wireless. Like, yeah, but like I think this is like a playbook. We're probably going to end up seeing a lot more of this. Real quick, 30 seconds. I got to tell you guys such a funny story. So my first job in tech was at an ad tech consulting.
All right.
And I basically was the sole ad operations person for Rolling Stone magazine and a few others. Like,
really
outsourced, yeah. But like when I say sole, I was just like in the Google Ads Manager, like setting the ads live on the website, right, for the campaign. And Levi's had this gigantic like activation on the website, and I pushed the wrong brand's ads live when it was and like obviously I changed it, but like live on the Rolling Stone website, it was all this huge thing. It's just limitations. It was long enough ago where no one can get mad at me anymore. Like we're that we're good. But whenever I see Levi's, I'm like, oh, sorry,
That's
That's
brutal.
hilarious.
That's a nightmare fuel for media buyer.
Yeah.
I only know of like there are two things that Levi's have done. I'll say three things. It seems like the baggy, loose fitting like mom jeans are like in
Back.
with Gen Z, like they're back. And
They're back.
I don't know why. Maybe I'm like too millennial coded here, but in my mind, it's like everybody wears tight jeans, especially girls, but not now. Like loose fitting mom jeans, totally back. Levi's seems to be a big part of that conversation. Number two, Rose of Blackpink is like their global ambassador. That was like a thing in March, like, I don't know if that has like helped at all, but maybe it has. And then the World Cup thing where they like covered their logo at Levi Stadium and that got a big pop. I just like can't imagine like that alone though is what is driving this. Maybe it's a convergence of things and having the right operators in place as well, but still a way forward on D2C and the internet, especially with some legacy IP perhaps, and catching a few waves in the moving zeitgeist as it does. Last story here before TJ, before you leave us, I particularly wanted to get your mind on this. Quit with Jones, I have just found out exists. This post here from Hillary Dubin. Quit with Jones, apparently 100,000 plus community strong, quitting nicotine, etc. They just like redeveloped their app, which is seeing higher engagement. Scroll down, Producer Jack, so that people can see this new rebrand. They've got an app. They've got these nicotine lozenges, apparently, that help you like reduce your nicotine intake over time. They got the only FDA approved nicotine replacement product in custom color bottles, which apparently was a big deal. Not supposed to be able to do that. I wanted to get your thoughts on this. I think you have a 3-plenic product that is like this. Also, like, is nicotine bad? Like, is it unhealthy? Your thoughts on this? Do people need to get rid of it for their overall health? I am genuinely asking.
I don't know if I was ready for a hot take like this. Let me
yeah, just let him in.
Let him rock.
Let him in.
Let him cook.
First and foremost, I need to make something very I need to make something very, very clear. My product cannot, and we do not claim that it will help you quit nicotine. That is a claim that we can't make. That is only an FDA approved claim. The product is meant to be, if you are using nicotine, your metabolism revs up. You burn more of vitamins and minerals that are in your body already, replenishing them. The name was supposed to be Replenic. Couldn't get the trademark. 3-plenic sounds similar. That's how it came up with it. I digress. To answer your question about nicotine, it does have a lot of benefits that people were touting for a while. Remember, Huberman was big on it, and everyone was big on it from a nootropic standpoint. The problem is that it's like the most addictive substance on earth. So just like anything else, like, yeah, you probably think better on 2 glasses of wine, but you do that every day. All of a sudden, you're drinking 6 glasses of wine. So it's one of those situations. Like with myself, when I developed the 3-plenic product, it was because I was doing 2 tins of Zins a day. I was just fully addicted, and it was like the first thing I did when I woke up and the last thing I did before I went to sleep. So to answer the question, I can't say if it's good or bad, but I will say it's very, very hard to use in moderation, and it's extremely addictive. I'm also very interested in how they were able to do what they're doing with their products. The claims, the packaging, all that. It seems like that was very difficult to do, and probably why they're crushing it, because they have no competition.
I don't know if you have thoughts on this, Colin. I was kind of caught by surprise that the lozenges themselves have nicotine. I was like, well, if we're quitting, like, why are they in there? But I think it's like a reduced, you take a little less each day. I mean, it seems like they've got a very winsome community, 100,000 plus strong, and the app, an interesting kind of digital companion for all of this. Your thoughts on this, Colin?
I think this is a pretty solid playbook. They basically just took Nicorette gum and then made it a lozenge, and then also applied an app, user face on top of it to hold you accountability. I like this. I think this kind of gives me remnants of what they're doing over at Sunflower as well. I think it's a really, really great idea. And yeah, I think there's a ton of people that go through 2 or 3, 4 tins a day. and they try to like really reduce down. I had a buddy that was doing like 9s every single day, and he'd go through like 2 10s, and I was like, dude, geez. And so yeah. So he is slowly trying to rein that back in, but it's really hard. It is a really hard thing to do.
I would also say that like the packaging seems like kind of girly in the best way, as in like it's like rightly formatted. It doesn't like look bland, like Nicorette gum or whatever. It always feels like, I don't know, it feels medical. This stuff looks like, it just feels good. It feels like it's a part of my health stack or your cosmetic, what. It just feels good. I think it looks good.
That's interesting to me, the point you made though. And look, can you go back 2 slides? One more. It used to be masculine. Look at that.
Yeah.
Black. Yeah. And then Asian black, and then it went more, I guess, feminine in the design, which is very interesting to me, and just must be from the data that they're seeing. It's crazy. I wouldn't have thought.
Must be relevant, and sometimes a little updated packaging can help one win on the shelf and on the webs. TJ Bongiorno, we appreciate you making the time to join us, big brother. Before you go, what do we need to do? Go buy some yaps? Is there something coming up that we should be looking forward to, etc.?
We got some announcements coming, but the biggest thing is at the end of the month we'll have orange flavor releasing.
Let's go.
Orange.
Let's
go. Dream, like a dreamsicle. Orange dreamsicle.
I would say the flavor is as close as possible as it can be to those Pellegrino aranciata.
Yes.
Those are sparkling orange. That's what it tastes like. Very similar to that.
Let's go.
Lovely.
Let's go.
Lovely. Everybody go to the Outgoing Company. Get you some yaps. Be on the lookout for the orange. TJ, we appreciate you joining us. Look forward to having you back, brother. Thank you, man.
What we got?
Let's go. TJ with the suit jacket today and the Yale hat, but looking great. Like very astute. Very astute. Jack's a big fan. And with producer Jack, who rags on my hair coming out of my cowboy hat every day. If producer Jack likes your style, I think it's a good sign. And so TJ Bongiorno, he's on the right track. It makes me think maybe I should have suited up today. Or do you?
Yeah,
am I okay with it? I love this zip. To be honest, I love this.
It feels
zip.
good.
It feels good. Maybe I should have gone suit jacket today. We have the one and only Soheil Ghili coming to us, professor at Yale. He is not here yet, but methinks he will arrive at some point. Before we move forward, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about Intelligems. What is the next big idea that could change your business? Is it a price change? Is it adding subscriptions, maybe a new bundle strategy or an app? Discovering and testing those high growth opportunities is exactly why Intelligems exists. It is an AI-powered testing platform that helps you find the changes worth making. If you're looking for your next big idea, they have you covered. Go to intelligems.io/audit. In just a few minutes, you're going to get 3 ideas that you can test today. AI-powered audit is totally free. Go to intelligems.io/audit. Many thanks for Intelligems being part of the show. Now, moving forward, I think it's time for a little lightning round. It's time for a little lightning round action. And first on the docket here, Shopify and DoorDash with a big release today.
Come on.
Okay.
Let's go.
Especially relevant in the context of all of the shipping kerfuffle that we have covered on the show prior to this. Producer Jack, can you bring up this video for us? I'd like to watch this video because it's kind of fancy. I'm going to give us some details from Retail Brew while you bring that up. Shopify merchants can now go live on DoorDash. DoorDash comes embedded within the Shopify ecosystem. I'm reading here from Retail Brew. DoorDash is getting into retail delivery from local mom and pop shops with Shopify. Shopify merchants with a physical store in the US can now add their products to the DoorDash marketplace directly from the Shopify app store. Inventory stays synced automatically. So what's on DoorDash matches what's actually on the shelf, and the setup takes days not weeks. Announcement comes as DoorDash pulled in more U.S. customers for grocery and retail delivery in Q1, helped by a wider selection in newer categories like apparel and auto parts, and new tools. It made it easier for merchants to get up and running, the company said. What percentage would you guess, Colin Dougherty? What percentage of monthly active users order from categories that are not restaurants on DoorDash? What would you guess?
Oh, 60%.
It's a little high. It's a little high. 30%. 30%.
Okay.
To me, I felt 30% was high. When I think of DoorDash, I just think of Taco Bell is what I think
Yeah.
of. Apparently, though, there is more on the bone here. And now, especially as Amazon and Walmart are getting into their like local delivery inside of an hour, a few hours, Shopify and DoorDash now enabling this to happen for all our various Shopify stores, especially if they have a retail location. Your thoughts on this?
This is absolutely incredible for the local merchant that is trying to sell within their community. This is also incredible for delivery to be almost, instantaneous. It's going to be hours, not days. You're going to most likely have within the same day, though, because of this. And so now you're seeing the actual local merchants benefit from Shopify in such a massive way and fulfill their local communities. And on top of that, the end consumer gets to benefit from this a ton by getting to support local businesses. And then on top of that, they get that product very quickly, very, very quickly. They know they're supporting a local business. This is incredible. I expect nothing less from Shopify at this point. Name a company that is shipping more incredible features per week. I'll let you take a minute because it's going to take a while.
Yeah, I can't name anybody that's shipping as much as Shopify is. The article Goldblatt told Retail Brew about this Shopify partnership. He is like making the exact points that you are, as well as Atlee Clark. Let me just give you a couple quotes here. This is further down on the zoom out piece here, producer Jack. If you look at our selection, it's a major step toward connecting customers to their local neighborhoods, which I think it's differentiated from just like Walmart can get you their stuff. It's a huge conglomerate. Amazon can get you their stuff. It's a huge conglomerate. This is a major step toward connecting customers to their local neighborhoods. If you look at our selection on the platform in retail specifically over the last couple of years, it's been your larger enterprise players, your Home Depots, your Sephoras, and so on. With this, we're really starting to unlock local commerce. VP of Partnerships Atlee Clark said this integration puts local retailers in front of millions of DoorDash shoppers and turns the same-day demand into sales, all managed inside Shopify. Further down here, ultimately, the question is whether there will be enough consumer demand for local commerce to make such delivery partnerships sustainable. Canavis said other big retailers with strong fulfillment have stepped into this arena as well. Amazon has a similar business where it can deliver orders from local merchants, local businesses. Walmart has trialed this as well. This feels like a move for Shopify to continue to arm the rebels, so to speak.
Yes.
I feel like is at the heart and like core of the company. It's enabling the small business to get up and running. It's enabling entrepreneurship. And I think it's interesting to see them step into this local aspect with same day delivery and enabling that with DoorDash. I think it's really smart for them long term. How many like more internet D2C stores are there going to be? I think there's only going to be more ever, but this like allows them to step into the local commerce piece in a way that practically provides delivery that they couldn't have before. Same day, on time, when people need it. I think this is interesting.
I think this is huge for the end consumer too, because of that same day delivery. Like the fact that you can offer same day and your name isn't Amazon is absolutely incredible. Like the fact that you can offer same day and also you're supporting a local business as a part of that. This is so huge. I mean, just for the end consumer too, because I will say one of the biggest deterrents for me personally shopping online is that lead time for shipping. If I'm checking out with the brand and I get to the checkout and I see checkout and it's like 9 days. I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to wait 9 days for this thing. Like, what's going on here? Can I pay like $5 more and get this today? Like, what's going on?
No,
And
wait,
so
9 days.
I don't know, in 9 days. You know what I mean? Because I'll have like a little fun time and I'll be like, okay, I want to get that thing now. Cool. I don't want to wait 9 days. I'm looking at some things right now and I don't want to wait 9 days for them. One of them is going to be a cool little dock for Sully so he can get up on the dock of the lake. But
Hey,
I'm not going
that
to wait
would be
9 days for that.
baller.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
order
dude.
a dock for the lake for your dog?
Like a little one. It's like a little inflatable guy that like lets him hop up and like go up the ladder, but like not hurt
Okay.
himself. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
It's not like a dock. It's like a little mechanism thing.
Do you got it? I mean, is there a dock at the lake house? I'm just asking. I mean,
Yeah,
I
of
know
course.
anything personal there is. Okay.
Yeah. But it'll attach to that. So he has his own little like stair step up onto that. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm not going to wait 9 days for that.
No. You're not gonna wait.
Yeah.
You're not gonna wait. And I, to be frank, like I would rather do this. I mean, I know I'm not every piece of the consumer base, but I would rather do this. And do I want to order from Amazon? I mean, not really.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's
if it gets here fast and it's a good deal, like sure, I'll take it.
yeah.
It's not like I want to. It's not, I can't wait to go and shop Amazon. Like I'm never thinking that. And I'm not thinking that for Walmart either.
Ever.
Am I thinking that for like some businesses that are here local in my neighborhood? Of course I am. I'm thinking that. Like I'd like to get the stuff from there. I'd like to go there. I would like to acquire something from there. I'm never thinking that from some giant conglomerate. It's always just like, is it a good deal and can it get here fast? So I think this is a feather in the cap of this is arming the rebels again, and it's Shopify doing this in a winsome way.
It's great because you want to support your local economy. You want to support those local retail stores because at the end of the day, those are helping your local economy. Yeah. You don't just want to go support, some random knockoff brand on Amazon that you're accidentally purchasing from.
Yeah, exactly. Another win in the cap. Another feather in the cap for Shopify and another win for the small businessman. Harley had this to say concerning this DoorDash partnership here. Same day delivery used to be something only the biggest retailers could offer. Not anymore. U.S. merchants can now connect their Shopify store to DoorDash and get products to nearby customers same day. Just connect and sell. Love it. Appreciate it and look forward to visiting with the team at .dev here quite soon. Let's go. Next, a luxury grocery boom is taking place, believe it or not, even though things are more expensive like gas. Grocery products are about 30% more expensive over the past few years. Luxury grocery is experiencing a boom like we have seen with Erewhon, with Nude, with all of these enclaves of unique CPG products. Detailing here inside of NYC Retail Brew gave us a little peek inside of what this boom is and why luxury grocery tends to win when everything is more expensive for everyone. It seems counterintuitive to me, at least.
Seems counterintuitive.
It seems counterintuitive. Some points here. If lines down the block, sold out products, and viral moments are any indication, premium grocery is having a moment in New York City. Century-old Upper East Side staple Butterfield Market has recently been adopted as an influencer favorite. This year took over For You pages with its viral dot cakes line starting at 6 a.m. to nab the sprinkle-topped cake in a cup. A few others, Meadow Lane, first opened its store. Seafood specialist Citarella, another 100-year-old NYC institution, expanded to the Hamptons this spring, while West Village cheese purveyor Murray's Cheese has continued to grow its business, especially around the holidays. On the resurgence here, Elizabeth Chubbuck, Chief Strategy Officer at Murray's Cheese, had this to say: at Murray's, we tend to see our business thrive in moments of economic uncertainty. I find this fascinating. We tend to see our business thrive in moments of economic uncertainty. Premium grocery is an affordable luxury.
I was about to say it. Yeah, it's exactly that. It's exactly this like, I can't afford the new big old Xbox or thing, but I could get myself a really cool, like nice, fun thing for my
Yeah.
wife and I to have on like a Friday night.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's still like a little bit luxurious, but it's not like we're getting the big, fun, crazy thing that we talked about.
That's right. It's not the $2,000 on a weekend away for the anniversary. It's not a $10,000 vacation. It's not buying the new car that just came out that you want. But it may be, a $200 grocery bill on stuff that you would never buy anyway. It's just all like lights and cakes and all of the, unique CPG drinks and all this kind of stuff and premium cheese, these kind of things.
I would scale it down more to one-offs. So I would say like it's not the $500 thing or the the $500, $600 thing, but it is the one-off luxury thing. Like we'll get that luxury cake or XYZ thing. Like I think it's more concreted down instead of like I mean, there's probably multiple tiers to this. So there's probably, there's the people not saying like, I don't want to do the $10,000 vacation anymore at the XYZ car, $5,000 trip here and there. I don't want to do XYZ. But I think it's also like, okay, we're not going to get the $500, $600 item. And then we're going to scale that down to like, we'll get a couple luxury grocery items here and there. Yeah. And then it's more of like a 150, 200 spend.
Yeah. This is what they're seeing. She goes on, when consumers are feeling the pinch on their wallets across the board, they may not be spending as much on those bigger ticket items and instead are looking for everyday luxuries that allow them to close the gap between everyday life and the trip to Europe that they may not be taking this year. This is a great quote. Allows them to close the gap between everyday life and the trip to Europe that they may not be taking this year.
Are they crushing?
Yeah, that's what this whole thing was about. Like they've gone viral. This was at the Summer Fancy Food Show, and they have identified Butterfield Market, Meadow Lane, and then this cheese shop, Murray's Cheese, who recently expanded to the Hamptons. Apparently, does really well around the holidays. Like all of these like little grocery stores that have been around for 100 years.
Yeah,
like, they're like booming. They're booming.
Yeah.
Why are they booming? Because people can't afford to go to Europe, but they can afford to come and buy a $25 block of cheese that they normally wouldn't in the first place. And they want to close that experiential gap. I can't go to Europe this summer, but maybe I can feel like I'm there by treating myself with these little luxuries.
I would say it's this and also K-shaped economy. The people at the top also are then dumping and grabbing any of this stuff just because they can. But it would be a really interesting thing if you built a tracker for all of these companies, and then it's basically the economic uncertainty tracker with premium grocery. So you are tracking premium grocery volume, which is then a reflection of economic uncertainty on the national level.
We should do that with American Spend. We should talk with the spend market.
We should talk with the
spend market.
We really should, because
we should track that.
There is like, I'm like so nerdy when it comes to causation and correlation stuff like this, where I'm like, gosh, I'd love to see like a dashboard with this. Like there was one where it's like you can predict economic uncertainty because of what is it, lipstick sales or like underwear sales? Which one was it?
Underwear. Michael Kleinman, when he was on here. Yeah, when men's underwear goes down, then it's a sign that the times are bad. Because that was his point, right? That was his point, because they're not going to buy it. They'll just keep using it. I don't need it. It's okay. Don't worry. Like there's a like economic barometer with that.
Dude, I want like all of those one-off like economic indicators baked out into like a mega dashboard.
Okay, can we do this? Can we like we need to formalize this. So Ashley and Jack,
Ashley and Jack need to see this.
I know that we're working on the board of called shots, like Colin McGuire yesterday. We got to formalize that board, and then we need an economic barometer for all of these things that have been mentioned on the show, like Michael Kleinman with underwear, men's underwear sales specifically, and then this for like the little luxuries, the premium grocery. If it's going up, probably means everybody else is struggling.
Yeah.
And then, there's another one. There's a popular theory on X that is on. Yeah. Okay. Ashley's here. All right, let's go, Ashley.
Vibes.
There is another popular theory that you can always know when there's like government trouble, when like the pizza order sales go up around the Pentagon on weekday nights. Like if there's a lot of pizza orders delivery on weekday nights, and then bars around there are like empty. When you mash those things together, then like there's something going on at the there's something going on with the government, which will then affect consumer spending very much so over the next coming days and weeks. We need to put this together, and I think that the folks at American Spend can help us do this. I think they can do this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'd love just a slice of their data. Just let me play around with a slice of the data inside of Fable. Come on.
Or Mythos, whichever, I guess Fable and Mythos are the same thing. Anyway, we need to do this. So we need the shot call board, and then we need our dashboard of like weird economic barometers to check on for consumer spending.
There's one that I'm trying to back into that I kind of like coded last night and was just messing around with it, and I can't figure out causation correlation. It is like industry adjacent to us, but I want to figure out a tracker that basically backs into total YouTube movie trailer views, which will show a reflection on total gross sales for the movie down the line.
Okay.
So if trailer XYZ that debuts for the movie gets 300,000 views, then it's probably going to hit this total revenue worldwide. Or if like it does 1 million, then it does it's probably going to hit like this revenue worldwide. There's public YouTube data, and I'm sure there's some type of like causation correlation type of deal here. It just fascinates me.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
One more point here on virality that you are hitting on. This is especially relevant for the Butterfield market, which had a specific cake go viral.
Love cake.
I do too. I actually like pie even better. I actually get pie for my birthday every year. I don't get cake.
Pie slaps, and I feel like it doesn't get the love it deserves.
It doesn't, and it should.
It doesn't.
And
wait, favorite pie?
It's hard to say. I would say a fruit pie. There's three.
Crazy choice.
Three in no particular order. Number one. Well, I will give you an order. Number one is my grandmother's chocolate pie. That was number one. She has passed. She is no longer with us.
Good pick. So amazing pick.
That chocolate pie is, no longer available. But what I would say beyond that, let me give you like a little tie here. I'm gonna say blueberry or peach. Like I'll go either way. Like a blueberry or peach pie, love. And then probably my go-to really is a key lime pie. That's my go-to.
Let's go. Okay, we're on the same track. My 1-2 is my grandmother's chocolate mousse pie, and then her key lime pie is my number 2.
Yeah. See,
and then a fruit is like way third, dude.
No,
like yes,
no. Key lime. Key lime's a fruit. Key lime is a fruit.
But it's like not a fruit thing. It's like totally not.
I think
that's a crazy
your logic's a little sus here, but I love your first two choices on virality and customer loyalty. If they come for the dot cake, but they walk in and they're discovering so many more things, and they're seeing how we're curating items, and they're seeing our staff and how they're being treated in the store and the energy within the store. That's when they say, "Oh wow, I got this dot cake, but boy, do I want to come back to this market." You can bring someone in through the door, but you need the quality and the warmth and the staff that are capable of getting them in a second time. One thing that we've done, which is a little counterintuitive, we pretty much ignore everything that's made us viral. Interesting. We pretty much ignore everything that's made us viral. We cut the chicken nuggets a week into opening because that was such a viral item. And we try to cater towards the neighborhood repeat customer. If the viral customer still comes in, that's great. But we will never build our business for that viral customer. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Where are they located?
It's New York City, which I know it's a big place, but to me,
Yeah.
New York is just, it's all New York. And then there's Long Island. And then that's basically all I know. Now I know Montauk is on the end of Long Island,
Let's
which
go.
everybody has been raving about Long Island all these years.
Yeah.
Which I find kind of hilarious and awesome. I just figured Montauk in the Hamptons was like some kind of mountainous region somewhere. It's just like the farthest end of Long Island. Right. It's like you just drive out on Long Island and there's like where everybody's been going to vacation. Like that's kind of funny to me, but cool for them and cool for everybody in the area. I'm glad it's so close. You just drive further down Long Island and then you get to where you want to go.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting that they are pushing against the virality piece of this.
It is interesting.
You got to have some huevos to do that. And also you better be very well capitalized to be able to do that, because it seems like they don't answer to anybody, is what it sounds like through this article. Is like they know who they are. They've been and are well established. And it's like, this is how we're operating. You like it or you don't. And it's like, okay, I got to respect that. That's pretty wild.
And every now and again, they have a product that goes viral. Like why would chicken nuggets be viral? I don't really get that, but the chicken nuggets took them viral, in addition to the dot cake. Last of our lightning round here, Jensen Huang's jacket up for auction.
I love this.
I think you are going to bid perhaps $500,000 on Jensen Huang's jacket. Won't you be entertaining that? Involved in the auction, Colin Dougherty?
I love this. And I also, there's another auction piece that I'm really excited about too, that basically nobody talks about, that I think is way more fascinating, is TV shows and movies will auction off all of the things that were involved in the set pieces, the jackets, the clothing, the main pieces of, the main prop that was used. It was like the main item on the quest or XYZ. It's such a great revenue channel for these studios to push out, but nobody talks about it. And if you're a diehard fan, a great one is The Boys ended. I'm a huge The Boys fan. And I was looking through all of that stuff and I was like, gosh, I could get Homelander's cape, or I could get a vial of Vought V1. It's really interesting. I think more companies should kind of think about this moment and how they are kind of auctioning off pieces of their history. And people will buy them. People will buy them and celebrate the moment.
And people will buy them. There's opportunity everywhere on the internet. Scroll down here, Producer Jack. The first bid for Jensen's jacket. Scroll all the way down. You got to catch the jacket. The first bid is right now about $60,000. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. You're going to see the PDP. Keep going, Producer Jack. Down here at the bottom, here it is. The first bid is $60,000 for the.
Someone's already bid it.
Leather jacket. I think so. I think that's the first
signed.
Bid.
That's crazy.
It is signed. It is signed. And I think it's a fair point that you make here. More opportunity auctioning off historical pieces. Enron, there was a documentary on Enron not too long ago. Somebody should have kept all of those. I actually know somebody who worked there at Enron during the time. Somebody should have kept all those and auctioned them off. And right now, NVIDIA positively doing historical things. Maybe they should start auctioning off pieces of history that they are making and add that to the P&L.
Absolutely.
Opportunity everywhere for e-commerce.
There's a super funny story with one of the executives at Enron that a crazy serendipitous story. I won't get into it now, but it's super funny. We'll bring it up on the show sometime.
We shall bring it up very soon. Moving forward here, ladies and gentlemen, we have the one and only Maximilian Brielle, CMO of Central Coast Live Foods, maker of kraut crackers. And where's my salad bag? I've got my salad bag here somewhere, but maker of kraut crackers, bringing healthy foods, live foods all over the internet to the good people in the United States and beyond. Before he comes inside of the show, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about Universal Ads and Proxima AI. If your growth is plateauing on search and social, it might be time to rethink TV. Universal Ads makes it simple for DTC brands to run TV campaigns designed for performance. You get access to both premium streaming and linear inventory all in the same place. So you're reaching people outside of the same crowded social fees we're all spending our ad dollars today. There's no hidden markups or fees that eat into your results. 100% of your spend is going to the actual media. Campaign setup and management feels just like search and social. Be up and running in minutes. It's TV that delivers for performance marketers. Go to universalads.com. Use the code UA Cowboy. Get $1,500 in matched ad credits. TV is so back. Many thanks for Universal Ads being part of the show. Proxima AI, your buyer data already knows what ad you need to make next. You just can't read it yet. Most brands and marketers brief from instinct, change our best performing ads a little bit, hand them off to the creative team. Problem isn't effort. It's that you're not getting signal from your actual buyer. Proxima changes this input, reads your conversions across real shoppers, across 2,000 plus e-commerce brands, shows you exactly who's buying, what else they respond to, and where your account has gaps. You just wire up Meta, wire up Shopify. No longer are you briefing from a blank page. You get a feed of creative briefs, all grounded in the commerce graph. See who bought, see what to make next. Go to Proxima.ai. Stop the slop. First 3 briefs free every single month. Many thanks for Proxima being part of the show. Now, we must bring Max inside of this show. He has created what seems to be like a very simple, in the most positive way, pure 4-ingredient type food here. We're talking organic purple cabbage, organic red beets, organic golden flax seeds, and pink Himalayan salt. Put them in your dip, put them on all of the things, maybe make you a little Central Texas taco or taquito.
I love that.
Layered up with all of the goodies. We must bring him inside of this show. Everybody welcome inside of here, Max Brielle from Central. Let's go.
Whoa, what's going on, guys?
Max.
What is up?
Man, welcome to the show. We appreciate you making the time to join us, man.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm stoked to be on here. I love what you guys are doing. And you guys both got the products. I think I sent them out to both of you.
You sure did, man.
Go.
Yeah,
Got
you did. You
Kraut
absolutely
crackers
did.
and trail salads. So yeah, break open the bag, give it a taste.
You
Do
know,
you guys like fermented foods?
I love kimchi,
Okay.
which
I'm
I
a
think
massive
counts.
kimchi guy.
That
Amazing.
counts, right, Max?
It absolutely does. It absolutely does. And you're spoiling, what may be our next flavor here. But kimchi is gonna kimchi's great. We love kimchi.
Bro, if you make a kimchi cracker, I will be like flabbergasted. Is that actually going to happen, man?
Yeah, so we've done some experimenting in our own kitchen, which we make everything in-house, by the way. Everything is done in our Santa Cruz kitchen. That's why it says made in Santa Cruz on the bag. We are a Santa Cruz brand, and we actually used to sell a kimchi cracker, and it was very, very popular. So I think we will bring it back at some point.
It's time to bring it back.
Yeah,
Man,
absolutely.
I have to say, I love the kraut cracker. This one is definitely my favorite. I could see this, like, it's got like great acidity to it. I could see this, you dip in your sour cream. I'm thinking queso because I live in Central Texas. Just slather it in queso.
Palmetto
all
cheese.
of the things. Yeah, pimento cheese. And tell me, like, Max, okay, so like back up and tell us the story about creating your business, getting going here. I've heard that, man, you guys started with juice. Like, give us the story on creating this business and bringing this product to life, which I think, man, it's got like real seems like it's got real jet stream behind it.
Absolutely, yeah. And so thank you. I'm really glad you love the crackers. Originally, what happened was I was in college going to UC Santa Cruz, studying design of all things, and was just looking for a way to kind of make some extra money on the side as college students do. And so what happened was I ended up finding this local juice company in Santa Cruz called Central Coast Juicery. Always been into health and fitness, done powerlifting for years, but always have taken my diet super seriously, always been into the healthier side of living. Found this juice company. I was like, this is great. Not only is it just like a cool job that I can work, but it's aligned with kind of my values. So I just started working there. Got to know the owner. His name is Mark. Great guy. He was super passionate about health foods. He was a guy who worked in private equity for many years, Merrill Lynch, all that stuff. Kind of got burnt out by the corporate world, took a break and found fresh juice, fresh living foods, and completely transformed his diet. And so that's when he started Central Coast Juicery. Now, I met him when I was in college, and we kind of formed this partnership where, you know, we were selling kraut crackers in a very rudimentary form just to our local juice customers, and people really loved it. It was just flying off the shelves, and that was kind of like our, you know, test market. And so me and him were like, you know, I think this thing could have some more serious potential. So we got the packaging done, and man, you are just really crunching down on those, dude.
These are so good, man.
We also get hungry during the show, and you basically just gave Chris a green light to eat during the show. So
these are so good. You know, Max, they've got like heft to them.
Yeah,
you know, they got like some thickness to them. I don't feel like I've got like these like little kind of wimpy tortilla chips that are like in my hands. They got some heft to them. Like, let's see the break here. I mean, look at that.
Ooh, yeah.
Solid.
Yeah,
really
solid
crisp
break.
That was a crisp one.
Crisp.
Yeah, so they're the perfect vehicle for any like dip or spread or anything you
totally. So you guys like had a form of this, and then basically you were like, hey, let's go like full Monty here. Let's make the package, let's formalize it, make it, you know, shippable, store stockable, things like this. I mean, how long ago was that, Max?
Yeah, so I think I joined the juice company in 2022. And so I was just working there in college. And like, so the kraut crackers was kind of like an idea that was incubating at the time. And then I would say like 2 years ago is when we fully went all in. We stopped doing juice because we finally figured out like a revenue stream. Like we got meta working, we got enough stores to the point where we like the crackers started to overtake the juice, and we're like, we have serious potential. We already had a commercial kitchen. We already had like our own production. So it was pretty straightforward just to switch everything over into kraut crackers. And man, it's been, you know, steady growth ever since.
Incredible, man.
A lot of people in CPG talk about, you know, getting that co-packer, but you are very intentional about basically owning the production in-house. What is kind of the rationale behind that? And what does that allow you to do as a benefit because you're owning all of that in-house?
That's our moat, man. I mean, that's our moat. I mean, I don't want to jinx myself and say, you know, because I said it on here, but I really don't believe that anyone could copy us at this point.
Wow.
Just because like, and I don't even think there is a co-packer that would want to take on this product, that could take on this product, because you're combining like fermentation and dehydration. Normally co-packers are pretty strict in either dehydration or fermentation. So we would really need to, we would need to go in there and train them ourselves, and it would be this whole thing. So that is our whole shtick. And like the fact that we make everything ourselves is, you know, I think is really what's going to be the feather in our cap as we continue to grow.
Max, that is commitment. That's commitment.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
I mean, that's like commitment to the craft and doing the thing right. So, I mean, like in my mind, I'm just like imagining kimchi. If you're going to make a kimchi cracker, brother, you're going to make the kimchi. You're going to ferment the thing. Like you are going to make the kimchi. You're not just like buying kimchi and then like you're going to slap your label on it. You're like fermenting the kimchi, and then you're going through the whole dehydration process and making the thing into the cracker. Like that's significant, bro.
Yeah. So I think part of our identity is that we are also like an artisanal food producer. That is what we started with, like back with our roots at the juicery. Like everyone always loved how fresh the juice was. We source from only organic from farms that are local to us in the area. And now we work with some of the best organic growers and suppliers, like Lakeside Organic Gardens. They're one of our main, you know, organic suppliers, and they're literally like less than 5 miles away from our kitchen. They're head of operations and all their farms.
Crazy, man.
Has a buyer, I just want to harp on this, the fact that you're doing all this in-house. Has a buyer ever tried to purchase like a massive order from you, and then basically you realize that you don't have capacity yet, and then you are like, okay, we're either going to sprint on this or I have to tell them no? Like, has that hit yet, or are you thinking that never will?
So we've been very intentional about the partners and stores
Yeah.
that we work with. Right now, it's pretty much exclusively natural, organic, boutique kind of stores. And then D2C is our number one
Yeah.
channel
Awesome.
right now. And that's been working out for us. We've been investing heavily into D2C. And then when the opportunity arises, when we come across, partnerships that are aligned, we'll reach out to them and work with them. But yeah, the distributor route is not something that I think we are even the capacity for. I think
Yeah.
maybe in a year or two that
Got
is more feasible.
It just seems, Max, like everything. And I mean, we all know like the trend. And I think like there's a big reason why I think we see like such a proliferation right now of purity products in CPG. It's the flippening of the food pyramid, eat real food and all those things. There is like a genuine outcry in in Western culture. Like we want to eat real stuff with real ingredients, with like stuff that we can pronounce, like we know what's going on in there, etc. And we've had a number of these folks on the show. I would think like being able to tap into that customer base, and that you've already built and grown, but being able to nurture that and do so on the internet. And it's got to lead to like practical wins for like, keeping CPA down and, like finding, win some organic social content where you can find more of the people who are already in your core customer segment, but maybe they don't know who you are yet. I mean, have you seen that as far as like reaching people on the internet and winning in D2C in a larger context where a lot of people are saying like, man, the ads cost too much. I don't know what to do now. Our business has changed.
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, our metrics on Meta have been very, very positive since day one. I think that and a large part I attribute, I don't even like to take credit for it. I mean, obviously I'm making the ads and stuff, but the product itself, man, the fact that it's like the product itself is the pattern interrupt, because people haven't seen anything like it, I don't think. So you put in front of people and naturally they get curious. Naturally, they're like, what is that? And I feel like the way that Meta's algorithm works, it's so advanced that it knows like exactly who to show the product to. And we're just continuing to like hammer that messaging. And on the organic side too, like I've been doing some posts lately that have kind of gone like mini viral.
Let's go, baby.
Just on Santa Cruz, and the fact that we're, Santa Cruz, this is kind of the origin of like organic farming started here, going into the history of it, highlighting just the sheer amount. Because if you look at Santa Cruz, California, there's been a number of artisanal fermentation food brands that have come out of there. My friend Tim Richards, he owns Philosopher Foods. They make gut nuts. Not sure if you guys have heard of that.
Heard of gut nuts. That is a great name.
What a name.
It's a great name.
Cool name. Yeah, so they're fermented almonds, pistachios, and peanuts as well. So they're very cool. They do also their own in-house production, but they started as an almond butter company in Santa Cruz as well. You guys should definitely have him on. He's a cool guy.
Oh my gosh. And you touched on it for a second of like a sauerkraut cracker is really like, what on earth is this product?
Yeah.
So like you have to do a ton of education to a brand new customer potentially. What is actually the thing that is converting that customer? Is it you physically giving them a sample? Is it like, okay, this is an amazing ingredient list, it's incredible? Is it you selling your founder story to them? Like which of those things is like, cool, this is going to move the lever from just a looker to conversion?
Man, it's like the combination of all those three things that you just stated. Like, I would say that samples have been great for us. That's actually how we got started. Just at a few of our key stores in like California that we started. There was Rainbow Grocery in San Francisco. They're like one of the oldest cooperative food stores. Berkeley Bowl in Berkeley, California, and then Good Earth Natural Foods. Good Earth is like the Erewhon of Marin County.
Nice.
And so just hammering those with samples, like that's where we got some real traction because people try the product, like it. I'll also say though that we've really improved the product since we launched, like because we're continuously kind of doing our own R&D. Like we've improved the fermentation, we've improved our ingredient sourcing, we've improved the texture, the fermentation, like everything has gotten better. So if you tried the product like 3 years ago and we were just selling it in our Santa Cruz kitchen versus today, it's like a completely different product. So yeah,
Wow.
samples have been huge. And then also, yeah, just explaining what the product is. Like the best winning ads that we've had is just like, this is a fermented cracker. Here's how we make it. And like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
And like just explaining, walking them through the process. Though that's been a real winner for us as well.
Max,
Wow.
why is fermented food like good for you? Like I
Yeah.
know that it is. I know
It's
that
supposed
it
to be
is,
amazing for you.
but
Yeah.
I don't know why it is.
Yeah.
You know, fermentation in my mind, fermentation is like you just let it sit there, and like it kind of goes bad or something, and then you like make it good, and then it's good for you. Like, explain to me like what this thing
Exactly
is
how it works,
and why
right, Max?
it's good for you.
Totally. So there's a few different types of fermentation. The type of fermentation that we do is called lactic acid fermentation. So the primary strain of bacteria is called lactobacillus. And what you're doing is fermentation is done with a combination of water and salt. And the combination of those two things keeps the bad bacteria, the pathogenic bacteria, out of the food and allows for the cultivation of these lactobacillus bacteria. And once you cultivate those bacteria, there's a few very interesting things that happen to the food. One, those bacteria feed off of the sugars that are naturally present. So like in the beets, in the cabbage, our trail salad flavor has carrots. So in all those foods, there's natural sugars. So they feed off of those sugars and they release lactic acid and acetic acid. And those two things are what contribute to that like vinegary acidic flavor. Exactly. And so then when you consume those bacteria, also you're cultivating your gut microbiome, because that's what a probiotic is when you consume live cultures. And so a lot of people will ask me, well, a lot of people eat fermented foods specifically for the probiotic benefits. And so a lot of people will ask me like, well, your crackers are dehydrated. Do they still contain those live bacteria? And what I'll say is like, so we actually tested our crackers and we tested them specifically for like the live cultures, the actual bacteria. And because we use a low temperature dehydration, we don't dehydrate above 115 degrees. It actually preserves a lot of those bacteria. And so each bag contains about 50 million live cultures.
Wild.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you also backed into the science of that. And I remember I was going on this entire journey for fermented foods and like trying to get like my gut microbiome in order and all of this stuff. And I remember going through and being like, oh, well, you know, that's like, I got to figure out a way to get this in. This is so big. I feel like there's a huge opportunity for you to partner with like maybe like a wellness influencer or like a really massive person in the space, because it is that product that people are like, what on earth is this product? And it hasn't been seen before. I think a very well-known wellness influencer would just be an absolute home run for you.
Absolutely. You know, I can't speak on that too much, but we do have a few things in the works. You know, I'm always reaching out. I'm always reaching out to people. I'm always reaching out to people because you earlier you mentioned like just like the founder story, like just I think connecting with people on like our brand story and like our mission is like something that a lot of people can relate to, especially my partner Mark, like his whole story of like getting burnt out on the corporate world and then finding like real health, real food. So yeah, all of that's like in the works. And our main thing right now though is increasing our production capacity, because our main bottleneck is just making enough of the stuff, because we're currently selling at pretty much as much, if not a little more than we can currently handle.
I totally
good problem to have.
It's a great problem to have.
It is.
Max, tell me this, like, I know in other parts of the world, like Korea, especially, kimchi is so normalized. Like you eat it with everything. Here in America, like, where do people get fermented foods? I don't feel like there's like, are there fermented foods that are like generally in the American diet? I say this to say, I feel like your form of cracker is like very analogous to the American diet. It's like, it feels like a cracker. It's like kind of like chips. Like I'm going to open the bag. Like to me, it feels like a form factor that is winsome, that translates very naturally to the general American that wants to take care of their gut biome, that's, health conscious, etc. It feels like a very natural translation for fermented foods to me, to the general American diet. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I would totally agree with that. That's one of the main like feedbacks that we get from people is they're like, they're using these crackers to replace their chips. They're using these crackers to replace the other unhealthy stuff that's very common in the standard American diet.
Yes.
So it's been a win for us just to hear that, and to hear that people are using these and like feeling better after eating them. Like the main thing we get is like, it's like customers say like, I don't have to, it's like, I'm so relieved to have a snack. I don't have to feel bad about eating. Like it can feel good. And this makes me feel good after eating it. So that's like a huge win.
That.
Well, I feel
love
great. I feel great right now.
I'm glad.
Having had them.
Chris is glowing.
Having eaten them on the show.
Dude. I'm so glad you did. You're going to feel really great in about 24 hours too, once that's all gets digested.
Let's go.
Let's be real. Kimchi cracker is gonna crush.
That's gonna crush.
Kimchi cracker is gonna go nuclear.
Yeah, that's gonna crush.
I think it's gonna go global.
Gosh,
Totally
man, I really believe so. Don't you think?
Absolutely.
It seems like the biggest thing now is like you're saying. It's just like how we got to scale up production. We got to be able to meet all the potential demand that's out there.
Yeah,
kimchi cracker is gonna go nuclear, man.
Yeah. It's really like still like I say we're in like the baby phases of this. It feels so weird because we've been doing it like I've been with the company for 4.5 years, and I've seen like it's so interesting when you join an organization and then the organization is like completely evolves and transforms into something else. And I was just this kid in college, and like I was just like all this e-com stuff was foreign to me, but I was just like I'm kind of not very interested in like my schooling. Like I'm just going to figure out all this. I'm just going to go figure out all this e-com stuff. This is way more interesting to me. And it's paid off. And I'm very grateful for, everything and that's happened. And we're, like I said, we're only in the beginning.
That's incredible. Yeah, that's incredible.
And you know what I love? What I love too, Max, is that here's what I'll say. There is a tendency, I've seen it several times. There's a tendency where you have a little baby company, and you've got some product with some bit of product market fit, and it's really promising. And there are some early players there that are helping. And then like, hey, we're going and we're growing. And what I love, Max, is that even though you were there at the beginning, you're still here now, and you're leading the charge on D2C and beyond. The tendency that I have seen in other companies is, hey, now that we've got like some heft to us, like we need to go find somebody who used to be at P&G that maybe they were a VP or something, and then they can come like make us a real business. And a lot of times that's the exact worst thing that you can do, especially when it comes to D2C e-com. And I think a big piece of this, I know you're a humble guy, Max, but I think a big piece of this is that you're still in the seat, pushing the buttons
100%.
and making this thing happen with the mission at your core and all of this. Man, it's super exciting, brother. And I'm excited to see Kimchi Cracker go to the moon as well and scale up production here, man. Incredible.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the kind words, and, just take it kind of one day at a time as much as I can. And, I'm excited to see where we'll be in a few years. But to your point about the partnership, I mean, I can just think of a few brands who were like in our same space, not necessarily D2C, because I would say D2C is like, for a lot of these like, crunchy granola types of people who make products like these, like it is kind of a foreign language. Like people don't want to be, making all this content, doing all this thing. And that's where I feel like the partnership that I formed with my business partner is like the perfect combination, because our skill sets are so complementary. Former Merrill Lynch guy, CFO, CEO, founder mission. And then I'm also on board with that mission too, but I have much more, like I'm 24. So I got the more technical,
exactly.
I can do everything. So
I love it, man. I love it. Tell us this, Max, man, where should people find you and follow you? Where should they go get kraut crackers? Where should they go and sign up to be the first to know when kimchi crackers are here? Give us the whole list, man.
Absolutely. So, Kraut Crackers is our handle. So Kraut with a K and then Crackers with a K. Kraut Crackers. You can follow us on Instagram. And then my socials is Briel Strong. That's my last name, Strong. Briel Strong. And that's on pretty much every social platform as well. Right now, we're also, our next SKU is Trail Salad. So we're working on that, which is like a bagged salad concept, which is going to be targeted more towards the outdoor sports market as well.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
I love
man.
that.
Everybody go follow Max, order your Kraut Crackers, bless yourself, and feel good with some permissible indulgence that's going to make you feel good after having it. Max, we appreciate you joining the show. We look forward to having you back, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Basically, to be a category of one, like I don't know a single other player in the space. And I also love the idea of a kimchi cracker because I think it requires a little bit less education for the end consumer. Because everybody kind of like knows what kimchi is. And then you'd be like, okay, cool. I can make the connection of like kimchi in a cracker. Cool. I can make those connections. But then that's just kind of your intro. It's kind of like your gateway drug into the rest of his ecosystem. I think that's going to be the parabolic rocket ship.
Kimchi cracker is going to the moon.
Yeah.
It's going to the moon. And I will say, I love the Kraut Cracker.
Yeah.
That acidity, whatever this acidity is, the heft of it.
You need a dip.
I would love a dip. I'd love a little dip to go along with this. A bean dip? To be honest, I like it just as it is, man. Wow. You know what I would love? I'd love a little like sour cream and cheese on top of this bad boy.
Nice. Now, cowboy caviar?
I'd love some cowboy caviar. Texas caviar.
My favorite. That's my favorite.
Black-eyed peas.
Let's go.
Golly. I'm very bullish on them. And the key piece here is like, who can do this process? Like that's their moat. Who's willing to do it? You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. Yeah.
Who's willing to go and ferment this bad boy and then go and dehydrate and then go and blah, 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 blah. Bro, if they can scale up production, this thing's going to the moon.
100%. Yeah. And they still own it. They still own all of the production. So it's just totally up to them. They never have to worry about kind of answering to anybody or limitations from an outside distributor.
Wow. Food as medicine.
There you go.
Go get the Kraut Cracker. Incredible. America.
That's awesome.
America. When I first saw this thing, I was like, who eats kraut? You know?
Yeah.
Beets. It made me think of like Germany, like Eastern Europe. That's where I had borscht for the first time. But man, I know who else eats it now. I do.
It's also extremely healthy for you.
Right here in Central Texas, I feel great. I feel great having had this. A lot of times you eat potato chips, you feel awful.
Yeah. I feel horrible.
I feel really good for this. Eating this. Jack, we got to cut this up and send this to our boy Max and maybe our review here on show. Maybe that'll go viral. Who knows? They deserve it though. Moving forward here, ladies and gents, a little watch and react opportunity here. A little watch and react. Methinks it is time for us to talk about the one and only North Beam and Postscript. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in your ads manager all day long, you know the problem. Every platform takes credit. Every dashboard tells a different story. Meta says this, TikTok says that. Your Shopify dash says you made this much, you spent this much. Sometimes it's hard to know which ads manager is telling the truth. Northbeam fixes this with their own proprietary data, starting from the actual purchase, rebuilding the customer journey with real orders, real clicks, real verified ad views, and then pushing that measurement back into the ad platforms so they optimize on what's actually driving your revenue, not what the ad platforms assume is driving your revenue. Start measuring today what was previously unmeasurable. Go to northbeam.io, book your demo. Many thanks for Northbeam being part of the show. Postscript, focus is an amazing thing, ladies and gentlemen. And there's only one SMS partner in the game who is endeavoring to make SMS your number one revenue generator. There is a reason why when people make the switch from whatever SMS partner they're working with to Postscript, they see a plus 22% increase in SMS revenue. Now, I didn't see that. I saw a whole lot more. Went from making very little money to being a top 1% account on Postscript's platform inside of a year. And the key is I just listened to what they said. And what they are saying is that you're leaving money on the table when your customers text you back. Go get the conversational report, direct-to-consumer.co/the conversational report. You are going to get all the data on what can happen with Postscript's AI shopper, who can now have one-to-one conversations with your customers at scale. Nate Lagos did this, turned on AI shopper, made an additional $17K in one day. Many thanks for Postscript being part of the show. Now, little watch and react opportunity here. A little watch and react. Some sage advice came to us by way of Bart, the chef, the other day. And methinks, especially for those of us who are in the content game, as we all are in D2C, there may be some winsome learnings here when it comes to video editing and actually getting your point across. Producer Jack, let's play this sound on, por favor.
The best form of an edit is never commented on. Nobody acknowledges a great edit. If people are acknowledging your edit, they were too distracted by the edit and they didn't get the meat of what was actually being delivered in the video. And so for all of you out there who are doing your darndest to make sure that there is a new graphic every 10 or 15 seconds in your YouTube video, I would encourage you to think through the filter of, does this graphic make it easier for my audience to actually understand what I want them to do? If it doesn't, I would not include it. Okay. Now there's obviously special circumstances where maybe we got to cover a cut or whatever. Those, I understand that. I have complete empathy for that. But other than those cases, you are more than likely just distracting your audience away from the learnings. And so it's going to make it harder for them to take action. They're going to trust you less. They watch your content, but they don't get any results from it. The best form of an edit is never commented on. Nobody acknowledges a great edit. Nice. If people are acknowledging your edit, they were too distracted.
Yeah, you can pause it.
They didn't.
I will say too, he's got an incredible edit here that's very simple, and it's because he's in a beautiful place. I mean, is that what you notice? I noticed that. He's in a gorgeous place somewhere in Arizona. It's a very simple edit. I got the point. I thought there's real wisdom here.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, also with his edit too, if you want to dive into it, the audio quality is substantial. He also has a very stoic dog next to him that's just hanging out, rocking and rolling. Seems like a fun time to just hang out there in the desert and just make some content.
Yeah, desert's gonna be hot though. I don't know if I want to be there. Maybe if I were there in the winter.
It's a dry heat. It's a dry heat.
It feels like an uncomfortable heat to me. But I love his point, and there's a lot. That setting is doing so much work for him. The setting and the audio, and then he like punches in, punches out. He's got like one graphic that he uses across 40 some odd second video, 40 some odd second cut. It was effective for me. It's beautiful. I got the point. I wasn't distracted. I think this is a fair point that I haven't considered that much, and it's maybe it's especially relevant in my thinking because I don't know. I'm always thinking about video edits and how to keep somebody's attention, the hook. And this is like such a relevant idea in our world. How do I catch their attention? How do I bring them across the finish line, do what I want to do? It always seems like there's like more editing to be done. There's more graphics, more fantastic wow to squeeze into the first 3 seconds to get people to watch for however much longer. But there's this other side of YouTube content, especially and sometimes people go like incredibly viral with incredibly simple content that's like hardly edited at all.
Yeah, I think there's kind of two sides to this though. There's like, is the story being told worth telling? And then also there is just the nuance of, even though the story might be simple, the way that the story is being told is so exceptional. So there's like two camps to this, where it's like you're telling the story in such an exceptional way that it's captivating, and or the story is so captivating, no matter how you tell the story, it'll captivate an audience.
Well, I want to tap into this because I like the simplicity. I do. I like the simplicity. Maybe we need to go to the desert, do the show live from the desert. That is correct. Moving forward to closing time, let us talk about Seguno in Trend Track. Ladies and gentlemen, Seguno is the only marketing suite It lives entirely inside of Shopify. What's that mean, Chris? Your emails, your pop-ups, your banners, your reviews, it's all there where you already work and play every day. And it means you don't have to cede your trust to big email and its over-attributed data. Why? Because with Seguno, your Shopify data is your email data. It's a big reason why it's email 3.0 and why I won the 2024 Shopify Build App of the Year. One-click automations, actual humans that can help you. Built for lean teams with big aspirations. Go get the advanced Shopify segmentation playbook at the URL scrolling across the screen. Talk with Seguno. Give you a free trial of the platform. You tell them, Colin, I sent you. They will extend that free trial to 30 days. Many thanks for Seguno being part of the show. Trend Track, new sponsor of the show, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to know what is actually working in e-commerce right now, not what worked 6 months ago, but what is scaling on the market today, Trend Track gives you full access to the marketing playbooks of any brand in the world that you want to investigate. Every Meta, Google, TikTok ad that they run, every email and newsletter that they send to their customers, your direct competitors, the biggest players on the internet, it is all there. The market data centralized in one place, refreshed every single hour. Go to trendtrack.io. Get rolling with them today. We're going to be doing some interesting content things with them to come. Many thanks for Trend Track being part of the show. Now, something we have remarked on, noticed many times throughout the year, it continues to be the absolute case. There is a new kid-friendly landline that is blowing up that people love. It's called Pinwheel. This comes to us by way of TechCrunch. It plays similar to Tin Can and some of the other products that we have covered in this respect. A few details here. If you remember racing home after school to grab the family landline to call your best friend before dinner, do you remember that, Colin Dougherty?
I didn't have one.
You didn't have a landline, bro?
I didn't have a best friend.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. A new device from Pinwheel is aiming to reboot that experience for a new generation. Kid-focused tech company announced Tuesday the launch of Pinwheel Home, modern take on the classic household phone designed to let children stay connected without the distractions of a smartphone. It's designed for kids ages 5 to 10 before they're ready for a smartphone. Company already sells kid-friendly smartphones. Apparently, they did launch a smartwatch last year. Kind of crazy.
That's cool.
I find this interesting that the plans here and the availability, the pricing as such is you can pay one time for the phone, and then thereafter you can call anybody who has the product itself for free. Parents can also enable, hey, these are the people that you can call. There is a phone like plan with it. Pay like $10, something like this, $6.99 per month for up to 5 approved contacts, or $9.99 per month for unlimited calling. And call the other devices for free, or call anyone approved, grandma, etc. beyond that for an additional $10 per month. I think the bigger thing to me is not this price or this product specifically, but the trend. The trend is retro. It's millennials wanting their kids to have the kind of experience that they had growing up, pre-proliferation of the internet, pre-digital computer in my hand all of the time. And I want that. I want that for my kids too. To me, this is like millennial centric and helping their kids have an offline, largely unconnected, perhaps based childhood, as one might describe it.
I want the exact opposite for my child. I want him plugged up to the gills with Claude and Claude codecs, and I want him coding as he comes out of the womb. I want him vibe coding the first 1 million ARR business as he gets into first grade. I want the exact opposite of this.
Horrible take. I mean that would be interesting, honestly.
Yeah.
One or two ways to go with this. But I think this trend is going to continue as long as millennials are around, and maybe there'll be a lot of Gen Alpha kids that are operating on devices like these. Next, Colostrum. A little side-by-side comparison here. Colostrum has gone nuclear with Armra, and there's a number of others. Cowboy Colostrum. There's a number of these products out there. Bring this tweet up, Producer Jack, from Case Bradford. He says colostrum among the most healing foods on earth, which is why it is nearly impossible to source raw, elite for digestion, gut, skin, health, recovery, and immunity. He says the next best option is Equip Foods, and he's got a side-by-side of Armra here and Equip. We've had Kieran Matthew of Equip here on the show. Man, people are getting a pretty good deal with Equip. I just mainly wanted to highlight this because it's like, wow, it's like half the price. It's like half the price per gram, and kind of crazy what people. I've never had colostrum. It's not like part of my stack or anything. You have thoughts on this, dude? Is colostrum part of your health stack, Colin Dougherty?
It is not, but I think one of the biggest things here that a lot of people don't ever they don't ever factor into when they're purchasing is that graph pulled up is cost per gram, and you can sort on Amazon by this cost per gram. So you might think you're getting a better deal on an item for colostrum because it costs less. But if you actually bake into the cost per gram, it could be like $1.50. Whereas an item that costs more, your cost per gram could be 30 cents. And so net, it's probably better to just do the actual item that is costing you less per gram and you're getting more grams as a result. I think not enough people actually do this math of like, is this thing like expensive on a cost per gram basis, or am I just totally getting ripped off here?
You can calculate that easily on Amazon? Is that
you can sort by?
You can sort by it. I don't think.
Yeah, it's with every Amazon listing has to do has to have that piece in it as well, so that an Amazon listing can't not have that if they're selling something like this.
I did not know that. Know that. I'm still waiting for HEB to get Equip. HEB, my local HEB does not have Equip. I've got to drive. I got to drive to Sprouts to get it, and I have yet to make the trip. Last of our closing time, Element, LMNT, got a beautiful end cap that I think everybody should take notice of. This comes to us by way of Cameron McCarthy. He says he is an owner of the Packers, the Green Bay Packers. All end caps are not created equal. A branded end cap can boost sales by 300% in Target. A sea of brands fighting for attention on one, while the others tapping into the most thirst-quenching experience you can have. A lemonade stand, nice work, drink, Element. Quite a staggering contrast here. I mean, one, I'm like ready to buy. The other, I have no clue what's even there.
What's two is they're willing to sacrifice total units on the end cap in order to make a more winsome experience. So you can see with the other one, if you go left, Jack, you can see they're basically willing to give up that entire top left section. Yeah. Like that all could be units. But instead they're like, okay, we're going to make like this really winsome lemonade stand type of vibe end cap. And they're sacrificing units, but I bet you they're going to sell more as a result. I mean, if you look at the very bottom, you can see the lemonade shows all the stuff right away. That's awesome. And then if you jump to the other one, what is this?
Sea of boxes, man.
A sea of boxes where I'm like, what is going on here? I don't want any of this.
This to me looks like a clearance rack.
This looks like a clearance rack.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Get a good deal because nobody wants it. And then the other one looks like, hey, everybody wants this, which is why it looks so special.
It's also totally on brand for seasonality with summer fun of like a nice lemonade stand, summer months. This is a home run for the Element team. I wish more people would make really cool end cap activations like this. It would make retail shopping fun again.
Well done. Well done to the Element team. And how do you say the name correctly? I want to say Element.
It's Element.
You say LMNT.
No, it's Element.
Okay, I'm going with Element. Yeah. Moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, to our moment of zen. Let us talk about Rocked After Sale. and the one and only Rich Panel. Most D2C brands are obsessed with getting the next net new customer, as they should be, but the real lever is making more money with the orders that you already get. If you're getting 5,000 orders a month and you can sprinkle in $3 to $4 per day without touching your ads on each one of those, wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, it would. That's what brands like Olakai, Cozy Earth, Groove Life are doing with Rocked After Sale every single day, adding post-purchase upsells and downsells from the cart through the thank you page, and then stacking an extra 30 to 50 cents per order just by showing offers from Disney Plus, Venmo, HelloFresh, etc. It's high margin revenue straight to your bottom line. No hit to conversion, no impact on LTV. You can be live in minutes. If you're already getting orders, you should be getting more out of them. Go to aftersale.com/offers. Truly a no-brainer. It feels like free money. Get rolling with them today. Many thanks for Rocked After Sale being part of the show. Rich Panel, ladies and gentlemen, your CX team is buried in repeat tickets that are costing you money, refunds, order tracking, subscription cancellations. Rich Panel is the AI help desk that fixes this massive headache. Automate 70 to 80% of your interactions. You're only responsible for the exceptions. If you're paying humans $2 to $10 per ticket, you need to see what 30 cents feels like. Ridge made the switch, cut their cost per ticket by 70%, save $500,000 for the year. Migration takes less than 2 weeks and your CSAT score is going up. 50% autonomous resolution in 30 days guaranteed, or your money back. Go to richpanel.com, book your demo. It is a no-brainer. Many thanks for Rich Panel being part of the show. Now, little moment of zen as we leave today's episode. I feel this, a commentary of sorts on shared culture and content that we all can consume. One of the downsides of content becoming so democratized and hyper-specific is that it killed a lot of casual cultural conversation. You used to be able to talk to almost anyone about, quote, the show last night, the big game, a finale, a late night interview, or some random TV moment, because there were only so many options. Everyone was watching the same stuff. Now, everyone has infinite content tailored exactly to them. Overall, certainly a better outcome, and the internet has replaced these moments, but it was kind of cool when everyone was consuming the same content. Words of wisdom, parting shots as we exit today's show, Colin Dougherty.
This is still a net positive because it allows net new discoverability for the end consumer for shows that they would have never watched before. And so I would flip this and say, this is still a net. You get to try stuff that you would have not really tried at the beginning because your friend recommended XYZ show or XYZ movie. So this is net. More content usually means more quality results.
And perhaps we're all actually watching Love Island anyway.
It's over.
Well, okay. Fair enough. I guess I wasn't watching it. Many thanks to TJ Bongiorno and Max Brielle of Central Coast Live Foods for joining us today. Many thanks to Seguno, Postscript, Rocked After Sale, Sati, Proxima, Universal Ads, Tide, Trend Track, Rich Panel, Intelligems, Northbeam, Slash, and many others for making the show possible. We are going to be back tomorrow. Banger show for you going all throughout the week. Thank you for joining us. We will see you on the other side.